Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions.
And welcome to Euro 2020. We are going to look at every team, group by group, and give our predictions for the first round of fixtures. And now, without drowning in the water or gilding the lily, it's time to start Group C.
Be interesting to see if he can bring a new one to every single one of these group games, but we will see. Right, Group C, Thomas, if you haven't checked out Group A and B, what the hell are you doing? Go and check out those videos. There'll be a link to them in the top corner where you can just go and check them out on the channel, and then go and check out what we talk about Group C. As always, I have to just say that don't speed me up. I'm going to slow down now.
I'm so excited.
Euro 2020/21 is being played all the way across Europe, with multiple cities acting as host venues and multiple teams acting as hosts. And this one is going to be in Amsterdam and Bucharest, which gives our first side home advantage, because that is right, we are going to be talking live to the ladies from the night in Amsterdam. That is right, Thomas. It is time to talk about the Netherlands.
I'm actually so excited to talk about this game. This team. I don't know why, but I just think they could really surprise. I mean, it's Holland. It's the Netherlands. They either show up to a tournament and make the final or go down in this giant blaze of glory in the group stages where they're having fights on the pitch and, players are walking off. And you just see it happening here. It's either going to be incredible or it's going to be incredible. Frank de Boer is the boss, took over after good work was done by Ronald Koeman, who obviously left to go manage Barcelona. They play at 4-2-3-1, so I'm allowed to like them. It's not a 4-4-2. Obviously missing Virgil van Dijk, missing the best centre-back in the world, so that is a problem. Ian, Georgino Wijinaldum, Memphis Depay, Frankie de Jong, Matthias de Ligt. They got Chillison in goal, who's not bad, franked by Berg, whatever his name is, who's been doing well for years. Timo Krul. They've got Daley Blind as backup. Nathan Ake. They've got Patrick van Aanholt, who's a perfectly serviceable left back. Denzel Dumfries on the right. I mean, this side look freaking awesome.
When Thomas likes the side because he names the squad.
They have Donny van de Beek.
That's his defence to the core. I'm going to name the squad. Yes, they got excellent players. And again, you've got players that play a lot better for their national side, like Memphis Depay and like Wijnaldum, who are superb players for Holland. Luke, the Jong brothers are exceptional talent, still very young. I worry about Frank de Boer. I just don't think he's a very good manager.
Tell the loyal viewers what you wrote for his name.
Yeah, I wrote Frank the Boer, but I don't really think it's because he's a boring manager. I just remember how I think he's almost tries to be a little bit too inventive where Koeman was very good at just keeping this Holland ship on track and keeping everybody on going in the same direction.
And that was the problem. That was the problem. Holland don't do normal. They have to reinvent football every week of the year.
They never win. They're as bad as England. They never win.
I love Holland. That's why I was trying to speed you up. I was like, I love this team. I love this nation for football. I tell you what, they're going to play fantastic football and probably lose every game.
Look, I want to see Donny van de Beek win this tournament with a bicycle kick and run round the pitch and single out Solskjaer in the final at Wembley. And and I don't really know what he's going to do, but that picture enough is good for me. And I also want to see Weghorst win the Golden Boot, but that's by the by, Thomas. Obviously, the Netherlands are a good side, and it'll be great to see the Sea of Orange back in the stands as well. And from the lights of the Netherlands, we move on to I don't have a word, so I'm just going to say Ukraine.
Look, you know how you had that thing where you said that you were going to have to do a lot of talking about sides if I wasn't that interested in them? I'm going to tell you two interesting things about Ukraine. One is that Shevchenko's the manager, and I absolutely love that. He was awesome until he went to Chelsea, and he used to terrify me back in the early 2000s, was it, when Man United would play AC Milan, and he would just be the devil. He was the devil up front.
I always preferred Rebrov.
Sergey, he was great. They've always had exciting players. But this side has Yarmolenko and Zinchenko on the right-hand side, and those two players are what can pull this Ukraine side along. Yarmolenko, we've seen him do it in the Champions League. We've seen him do it for the Ukraine. He can be a fantastic player. He hasn't ever hit it off in the Premier League, and I don't know why that is. But I actually have a couple Chelsea friends who watched him in the Champions League when what was the Ukrainian side? It doesn't matter. When a Ukrainian side played Chelsea and Yarmolenko, they were just like, he's one of the best players I've ever seen. Like, just one of the best players I've ever seen. And in Zinchenko, there's a Man City player who can ping a pass like 70 meters every time he gets the ball, as well as has a silky smooth touch, can attack and can defend. So they're a decent side. What do you think?
He's like Pandora's box, isn't he? Once he gets going, you just can't stop him. Yeah, obviously they're limited with the quality that they have. I mean, he's a bit of a tinker man, Shevchenko, from what I've seen so far. He changed his tactics and formations a lot for who they're playing, but he has brought a lot of belief into the side. They're typically a good side when they play in Ukraine, but pretty garbage when they're on the road. And he's changed that mentality quite well. A player I think that we're both going to will be looking forward to seeing is Malinovsky, Atalanta wide player, very, very dynamic, very, very good.
Yeah.
And so he should be good for that. And I think a lot of it's going to be built on being solid in games and then just trying to maybe press high and counter attack. That's how I see their route to victory, because I see a lot of pace in the side. But a decent side, not a flamboyant one, and the same could be said about the next team, Austria.
Yeah, Austria have got a lot more names that we could talk about. I won't do that because I don't like them as much. But Franco Foda's the boss. They play a 4-2-3-1. They've got Arnautovic up front, who, I mean, it really just depends what mood he's in. Sometimes he looks great, and sometimes you're just wondering what the hell he's doing. But they've got Sabitzer behind him and Alaba. Baumgartlinger has been a very good player in the Bundesliga for years. Lehner at right back's been really good.
Look, I think you're getting confused here, because I did. There's Baumgartner and there's Baumgartlinger.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Baumgartner might be the one you're thinking of, that we like the look of from Hoffenheim, that needed to be more consistent. But this is Baumgartlinger from Leverkusen. They're both in the squad.
Oh, he plays for Leverkusen. We all know I love Boschball, so there we go.
Even though he's not there anymore. I don't think that they've got a very good goalkeeper. They got Watford's Daniel Bachmann, and I think that could be a failing point for them. I think they've got a hell of a lot better side than they've had in recent years. It used to just be about give the ball to Alaba and he will hopefully win us the game. I think they're a better side than that now. They got a lot of players that are very, very good in the Bundesliga, like Sabitzer, like Liner, for example.
I know.
Arnautovic, I had to literally just look at the page and be like, why do I know that name? And then it's like, oh my, I actually forgot who he was. I forgot who he was. He's completely fallen off the map. But they've got Kalajec from Stuttgart. He's a huge unit of a guy. Not a huge unit, but he's like 6'4" or 5 and scored like 12 or 13 goals for Stuttgart. So I wouldn't be surprised if Arnautovic is used more from the bench and he's the main guy up front for them. But what we saw, and again, it's difficult to really judge them based off the game against England. They were solid, but were not great.
They were not great, and enough said about this team. Right, let's talk about the next one, because this is a team extremely close to Ian's heart, and a side that I care nothing for and know nothing about. So I will let him weigh in on the North Macedonians.
It is fantastic that they have reached the finals of a tournament. They're only a small nation. They've got a lot of good players, but they're all normally always have the deck stacked against them in qualifying. And they've absolutely benefited from the Nations League. They were in that bottom group of tier of teams, and there was always going to be one side that benefited and qualified, and that was North Macedonia. Look, there's no Greece in this tournament, Thomas, so let's drop the North. Macedonia all the way. Come at me at the comments if you don't like it, but they are close to my heart. I got a lot of in-laws are all Macedonian, Thomas, so so a country that I've always wanted to qualify for a tournament, and finally I get that chance to see that. Igor Angelovski is the hero that has got this side to the finals. They had a wonderful win over Israel in the final as well. They've obviously not got a huge amount of depth in the squad, and compared to other sides, they're going to be limited on the talent that they have. But ex-Leeds, he is now Aliovski, and Ristovski.
He's ex-Leeds?
I think he let his contract run down, didn't he? He's going to go. He's technically still there, but he's waiting other suitors to come in and pick him off, I think. Alioski and Ratovsky, they are the keys if they're going to have any attacking threat in this tournament. If they can stay wide and they can impact the game and they can try and get the ball into Elmas and try and get the ball up to Goran Pandev. And Goran Pandev is the kind of the darling of North Macedonia. If you ever go there, he will be the guy, the footballer you will see on every poster, because he's like been a bit of a Serie A journeyman. But he is a great player for them, although he is aging in years. They're just happy to be there. Hopefully they can pull off an upset or two, but really I'm not expecting great shakes from this Macedonia side, but it is good to see them there.
I'm super excited to see them there, Ian. I jest about everything. It'll be great to see them. And Alioski is letting his contract run down, but he may still re-sign. Before we smash on to predictions, let me quickly thank everyone who supports us on Patreon. We do have a special Euro 2020 support offer, so please consider supporting us there. But thank you, Robert Allen, Matthew Bowden, and PJ Simpson, and to everyone else who supports us on there. Also, please don't forget, smash the subscribe button, hit like, and let us know what you think in the comments. But that's enough. That's enough grandiose self-promotion from me. Ian, it's time to return to the war chart.
Absolutely, Thomas. That is right. It's never just predictions when it is a major international tournament. Me and Thomas are literally at war. And the first game we are looking at is on the 13th of June. It is it Austria or Australia? I have to get it in once. Austria versus Macedonia.
Yep, this is going to be a real cracker of a game. I cannot wait to see. You know what? I'm doing it. 1-1 draw.
I was going to say exactly the same. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw as well. I can just see Macedonia nicking something.
Yeah, I'm really happy for them. I'm going first on this next big match of the tournament. 2-1 to the Ukraine.
He says he's really happy for them, but why do I feel he's just like looking down from his ivory tower and just like ruffling the head of a small child? There, well done. Stop it. I think Netherlands are going to win this game. I think it's going to be I think it'll be a 3-1 Holland win.
I actually really hope it's a Holland win. I've gone really rogue here. I forgot about the fact that there's generally a forfeit, or the winner of this gets something. I don't know why.
Have you really gone for a Ukraine win?
Can I take it back?
I mean, you can't. Now is the time to do it. But I assumed you'd put the score in the wrong way round, but I wasn't really listening to you as normal.
No, I went for a Ukraine win, and then the more I thought about it, I thought, no, I'm going 2-1.
Or you realised that the drugs were wearing off.
2-1 to the Dutch. Those Vicodins. I tell you what, mate. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, please put your comments down below. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you to Ian Allen for sitting here with me while I chatted absolute nonsense to this one. We love you all. We will see you for Group D,
which is England's group.